Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. Bit of Star Trek news. So let's have a look, shall we? Right, here we go. Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner reveals if the Enterprise E will appear. This is from comicbook.com. So as usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell, and what else? Go on my social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links for all that's in the description. I'm also on Rumble, and my videos go on Anchor.fm and Spotify. Links for that also in the description. Right, I think. Anyway, whatever. Right, Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner. And by the way, Merry Christmas! Where were we? Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner reveals if the Enterprise E will appear. Right. The USS Enterprise E will not be showing up in Star Trek Picard's final season, but a similar ship will. The USS Enterprise E debuted in the film Star Trek First Contact and was the latest version of the USS Enterprise seen in Star Trek when the franchise disappeared for a while. Some fans may wonder what became of it and hope to see it again in Picard's final season, but that won't be the case. Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner Terry Matalas, or Matalas, however you pronounce it, Matalas, confirmed that the Enterprise E won't be a part of Star Trek Picard. However, another ship that is of the same sovereign class as the Enterprise E will appear. When the Enterprise E replaced the Enterprise D, the ship featured in Star Trek The Next Generation, after the older ship's destruction in Star Trek Generations, at Veridian 3. Vorstoja Veridian. I always remember that line from Star Trek Generations. Most of the Enterprise crew moved over to the latest model. I don't know about most. I mean, there were over 1,000 crew on the Enterprise D, wasn't there? Including families and stuff like that. 1,000 persons on the ship, and I think the Enterprise E had a much smaller crew. I think about half. I think I might be wrong about that, but had a much smaller crew anyway than the Enterprise D. Anyway, Worf had by then joined the cast of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but continued to conveniently find himself back among his old crewmates during the films that followed. They were a bit peculiar, some of those instances when he just appears on the Enterprise. In Star Trek, the best one for him to appear, well, actually First Contact, because he appears is in the Defiant, isn't he, fighting the Borgs. That's the best one. And the other two is just there. It just happens to be there. Anyway, in Star Trek Nemesis, Will Riker and Deanna Troi left the Enterprise for new posts on the USS Titan, with Riker taking command as the ship's captain, signalling the end of an era for the Next Generation crew. And then somebody's asked, is the Twitter, somebody's asked, is the E in Picard? No, but the Sovereign class is. While neither the Enterprise E nor Titan will be in the Star Trek Picard, will be in Star Trek Picard, new ships bearing those names will appear. Fans caught a glimpse of the USS Enterprise F in the trailer for Star Trek Picard. We also know that 7 of 9 is now serving aboard the USS Titan A, the successor to Riker's old ship. The fate of the Enterprise E has never been entirely clear. The Star Trek Picard novel The Last Best Hope asserts that Picard left the Enterprise to head the Romulan evacuation operation, with Worf taking over as the ship's new captain. Years have passed since then, and all of these characters are in very different places now, as the Picard trailer hints. But it was also established in the comic book Star Trek Countdown that came out before the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek film, which is supposed to be canon, that Data were in charge, were the captain of the Enterprise E at that time, when the Romulan, the Hobus star went nova or supernova or whatever, that weird thing that shouldn't really happen, but Data were in charge, or the captain of the Enterprise E at that point. He was B4, but had got all Data's memories and then just started thinking of himself as Data rather than B4. So did they change that? I don't know. Obviously they did, because it said Picard left the Enterprise to head the Romulan evacuation, with Worf taking over as the new ship's captain. But Worf became the Klingon, after Deep Space Nine, became the Klingon, the Federation envoy to Klingon, or Federation ambassador to Kronos, or something like that, didn't he? But obviously not. Where were we? And years have passed since then, and all these characters are in very different places now, as the Picard trailer hints. Paramount Plus released a trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 3 on Star Trek Day in September. The trailer revealed that Star Trek Picard Season 3, the show's final season, thank God, I hope it's good. I've heard it is. Robert Marbinet has seen it twice, he says it's really good, and the Popcast guys, Shane and Brian, they've both seen it, and they say it's really good, so we will see. But perhaps not the final adventure for the Next Generation crew would premiere on the streaming service on February 16th. Star Trek Picard stream, blah, 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 yeah. That's it, right. And also, a bit of additional news to do with Star Trek Picard. Also, from Terry Metallis's Twitter, there's this, a little holodeck display, when you go in, you go beep, 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 beep. You could just say computer run holodeck program 357 whatever, or run The Big Goodbye chapter 3 whatever, and it'd do that. But you could also type it in as well, and there you go. There's some titles there, but we can't really see it, can we? Hang on, I'll have to get the picture up, and we'll have a closer look at it, shall we? Right, let's have a look. What's happening here? Right, can I zoom in? Right, so if I do this now, so I've got to change this now, hang on. I've got to change this, just bear with me. There you go, holodeck programming. Let me move that over a bit so there you can see user ID Picard JL, John Luke. And here's the Café des Artistes Paris. There's the program for that. I'm sure that means something, I don't know what it is. Chateau Picard, là-bas, we all know what that is. That's Jean-Luc's home. Dixon Hill, Black Orchid, that's obviously a Dixon Hill story. Henry V, Shakespeare. We've seen Patrick Stewart playing both Picard and a character in Henry V on the holodeck in The Next Generation. Low Note, New Orleans. That's something to do with Riker, isn't it? Is that where he met... I forgot her name. I forgot her name. That he met a holographic woman. Something weird happened with the holodecks, as usual, and he met a woman on the holodeck that he fell in love with. She was a hologram, but he fell in love with her, didn't he? It's something like Minuet. That was it, Minuet. Is that where he met Minuet, the low note? I think it was. Moonlit Beach, Earth, dunno. Could be anything. Sandrine's Place, France. Well, that's from Voyager, isn't it? That was Tom Paris's programme, because he used to go there, didn't he, all the time, when he were in Marseille. 10 Forward, Los Angeles. Is that the one that's running? Looks like it, doesn't it? That's Guinan's Place, isn't it? Never mind. And I'm not going to talk about it because it does me head in. Because this address is 10 Forward Avenue. It's deck 10 forward section of the Enterprise E. That's why it's called 10 Forward. God, I hate him. And that don't help. That don't help me think that Terry Metallis is going to do good with Star Trek Picard Season 3 if he's keeping that going. And I think it's actually going to be in the series, isn't it? I think we see Picard and Riker. I think they meet in 10 Forward in Los Angeles. I think. I might be wrong, I don't know. And Woodland Park, Earth. Is that just a generic one? I don't know. It might have something to do with a Star Trek story. I don't know. And it just says down there, recent selections, and that's about it. So I just thought that was interesting. I saw that. So anyway, so there you go. Bit of Star Trek news there. No Enterprise E in Season 3, but there's going to be a Sovereign class. Is it one of the Sovereign classes we saw at the beginning of Season 2 and the end of Season 2 as well? Maybe, don't know. But we will see the Enterprise F, which is a bonus. And remember, we saw the Enterprise D in holographic form in season 1 of Picard. And we also saw it at the beginning, didn't we? In that dream sequence of Picard's. Right, so we'll leave it there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, Merry Christmas, and I'll see thee.